No kidding. No kidding. I'm almost challenging you. I said at the time, I don't think the court or the MAGA Republicans have a clue about the power of women in America. I mean it. I mean it. But they're beginning to find out since the Dobbs decision, which states said should make these decisions, the court said that the states should make decisions. States all over this country, from Ohio, Kansas, Michigan, Kentucky, Wisconsin, Virginia, women and men in every background voted to record numbers to protect, in record numbers, to protect reproductive freedom. This November, you can add.
All right, moments ago, President Biden in Florida, they're talking about the state's new 6-week abortion ban that's coming on the books. It's his first visit to the state since Florida's Supreme Court ruled against a constitutional right to abortion, allowing these new restrictions to take effect. Now, the campaign, the president's reelection campaign, has been aiming to tie former President Trump to the wave of new abortion limits imposed since Roe v. Wade was overturned. They're also hoping that this issue gives them a boost in states like Florida, where a constitutional amendment to protect abortion will be on the ballot in November. Let's bring in our Florida man on all this. Mark Caputo, national political reporter for the Bulwark. So, is in your state, these remarks just wrapping. Abortion's been the issue, abortion rights for Democrats. How about it in Florida? I don't know if it's going to put Florida in play, but I guess stranger things have happened. How do you see it?
Yeah, I've certainly seen stranger things in Florida, but I would not bet on Florida really being in play here. Democrats have just kind of let this go a lot too long without doing the proper work here to register voters, organize, field good candidates, fund the party. That's really been pronounced under the Biden era. So Democrats certainly like seeing him in the state, but as for him being able to derive a real benefit out of it, I'm not quite sure that's going to happen.
Yeah.
That having been said, the 6-week abortion ban is not popular. You know, Ron DeSantis had this passed in the Florida legislature with an eye on getting to Donald Trump's right in the Republican presidential primary, and it just didn't work. Now, DeSantis's popularity levels after his failed, one could say, aborted presidential campaign are upside down his approval ratings, and he's not looking so hot either. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is obviously stuck in court.
So whether it affects Florida or not, and I think you're probably right, most observers think it probably won't. It's too far gone, so to speak. There are other states. We have 7 actual swing states that we watch all the time. You look at the polling on this issue, it's interesting. You know, President Biden doesn't outpoll former President Trump on very many individual issues, right? When you say, oh, who do you trust in the economy? It's, you know, it's Trump, and even foreign policy, sometimes it's Trump, you know, all these. But this is the one he does. Immigration, it's Trump. But abortion, he polls well. Where will it make an impact? I'm thinking Arizona right off the bat, and there's a bunch of places. This is the constitutional amendments that they'll vote on in Florida, but there are other states to watch here.
Yeah, certainly Arizona is the one. Arizona just recently had a Civil War era near total abortion ban that had been put on the books essentially by a pedophile who was their House Speaker before Arizona became a state, when it was a territory. And the Arizona GOP last Wednesday had an opportunity to repeal it, and that died on a tie. Republicans in Arizona think that they're in danger of losing the Arizona House, where they only have a 2-seat majority, the Arizona Senate, where they only have a 2-seat majority, the Arizona U.S. Senate race, where Carrie Lake is already sort of flip-flopping on this law, and the presidential race. So it's really looking terrible for Arizona Republicans. To your point, abortion is the issue that Democrats want to talk about. Republicans want to talk about the economy. They want to talk about immigration, but they haven't been effective in doing it. Heck, the U.S. House just impeached the Homeland Security Secretary, Mayorkas, over immigration, and they did a bad job messaging it. They can't seem to get out of their own way. And meanwhile, Democrats have been pretty focused and pretty sharp on this message. And I think in a swing state like Arizona, it's going to have a lot more legs than it will in Florida.
Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.